Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field! Say goodnight to that baseball!
This is another one! It's back-to-back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! He's the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
It's 80 degrees on this third to last championship Sunday of the 2026 travel baseball season. Live at Fisher Field on the campus of Baldwin-Wallace University. This is All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. 3 games in total today. This will be our only semifinal of the bunch in the 15U division as the number 2 seed MAF Gators take on the number 3 seed RBI Guardians. Hello friends, Nathan Smee on the call for you today live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. It's around 80 degrees as I mentioned in the intro moments ago. It'll get up to around 87 at the hottest today. That'll be during the peak of game number 3, which is the 18U championship game that is at 3:15. But right now, 80s, it's manageable. But as we like to mention, and as we did quite a bit on Thursday, the turf does add about 10 degrees to the temperature. So these guys playing around 90-degree heat as things stand at 10:45 in the morning. On the mound for the Gators, it'll be John Conlon wearing number 8 as he looks to set up his defense quite well. The rising sophomore plays his ball for Columbia Station High School. Of course, Columbia over the past couple of years have found some good success with a good class of 2027, trying to do some good work again this coming season as there is ball 1 to begin the day at 10:41. As usual, we'd like to get an early start in these earlier games, especially to stay on track for the games within the same exact bracket as this championship game is slated for 1 p.m. For those unfamiliar with the rules of this tournament, it's a 2-hour time limit except for the championship, which is, I believe, 2:15. Collins 1-1, line drive into right field. It's going to be caught on the run for out number 1. A nice catch in stride out in right field by Monter. So 1 up, 1 down as Giovanni Ibar flies out. That'll bring up David Russell, the second baseman. Really good swing to get it going, but that could be a common trend today, just like it was on Thursday. Good contact, just right to the defense. This time it's taken down the right field line. Foul, another good swing. 0-1 the count. Russell wearing number 5, 5'4", 105. A rising sophomore out of Benedictine High School in Cleveland. Of course, a part of the North Coast Conference. The 0-1 taken for ball 1. And the unique thing about Benedictine, they did not have a great conference schedule this year. But their first conference win, and with it, their first win of the season, was beating a team that made it all the way to the Final Four in Padua Franciscan. They were the giant killer earlier on in the North Coast Conference season. Back when Holy Name was competing, pretty much the reason why the Namers were out after the first paddle game was their loss to Benedictine. The 2-1 taken for strike 2. After Russell, it goes to the pitcher, Monik. We'll talk more about him, one of the furthest out players on this RBI Guardians squad. And by furthest out, I mean distance, coming all the way from Lakeside. But more on him in a few moments. As for the Gators, it'll be Brooke, Lieberth, and Sakata 1 through 3 due up in the home half of the inning. Conlon's 2-2 is high for ball 3, and we are full. An excellent battle here from the second baseman, looking to walk away with more than just a QAB. As for Conlon, looking for his first strikeout. But he will have to wait. It's ball 4, a great at-bat for David Russell. Patience is going to be key in this game. This RBI team has so much depth. If you can get on somebody somewhere, has the ability to drive you in. I mean, looking over at their dugout there is probably enough for a whole other roster in there. They have, I believe, 30 on this team, 32 on Coach Douglas's team that we will see later on today. Throwback to first. Did he get him? Yes! An excellent pickoff from Conlon, 2 down. Not the first time that we have seen a Gator pitcher this summer pick off a runner at first. You go back a few weeks, we saw Joey Crawford do it 3 times in one game. Definitely does change the situation here for Monik as he takes ball 1. Initially, it was going to be a small ball approach, which we are typically used to seeing from this RBI team. The nice thing about this organization, it's not just an 18U team that we saw last year, it's 15U. There's a 16U team in between. As well, they do have a few softball groups in the mix as well. Just an overall great organization. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Conlon 1 strike away from getting a pseudo 1-2-3 inning. But to be fair, that second out was all him. The 1-2 fouled away. It's always impressive to see good performances in the early 2 games. Once you get to the afternoon, it makes sense. But for a lot of these guys getting up 8:30 to come and play baseball on a Sunday, it's impressive to see their motivation. Again, the 1-2. It's strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. The Guardians go in order with some help from Conlon's pickoff at first. Middle of 1 in Berea. No score on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Strong start so far for the MAF Gators, getting the RBI Guardians in order with some help from a pickoff from their pitcher, Conlon. Now their offense led up by Brooks, Lieberth, and Sakata look to get it going in the home half of the inning. Scoreless, as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge. Once again, game number 1 of 3 today. 2 in the 15U division and 1 in the 18U. The 1-0 will be low for ball 2. It is Taylor Monick on the mound for the RBI Guardians, the rising junior this past season, a 5.96 ERA in just over 24 innings for Danbury High School out in Lakeside. His 2-0 taken over towards first, right to Lopez. It is 1 up, 1 down. It's a good start for Monick and company defensively, as that'll bring in Kyle Lieberth, the AH. EH, AH, every team does it differently. Extra hitter, additional hitter. Either way, it's an extra body in the lineup. The Gators batting 10 in this game compared to the Guardians batting 9, including their pitcher, who we saw in the top of the inning. But for Lieberth, a rising sophomore at Holy Name High School, batted a .154 with 1 RBI and 3 stolen bases in 16 games on JV. However, on the mound, 27 innings of work, a 2.33 ERA. And I'll tell you what, being around the program for 6 years, 2 as a player, 2 as a student covering alum, these younger classes have been talked about quite a bit by the higher-ups in the organization. The 0-2, he'll hold. And the appeal says he did. But there's a lot of hype around the class of 2029, and especially the class of 2020-30 at Holy Name. You look at that pitching staff, though. You lose Russell Macetta and Harrison Frank. If Lieberth can keep it up, he'll be up there pretty quick. The 1-2, that time it's strike 3 looking. 2 up, 2 down. Monick will get his first strikeout of the day. So far the pitcher's looking quite solid, as that'll bring us to Sakata, the catcher. Wearing number 16, the rising sophomore out of Buckeye has a very unique story with his jersey. Nothing about him, it's just 16 is the highest number on the roster. I mean, otherwise, you don't really see that as the highest number. You'll see 20s, 30s. As for the Guardians, 71 is as high as their numbers go. So it's interesting to see it stop at 16 as that one is fouled back. Sometimes the little details can say a lot about a team. Count 1-1, Monick looking to keep it going. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 29 walks to 32 strikeouts, so does have the positive golden ratio. More strikeouts in comparison to walks. This time forces the pop-up towards Lopez at first. He will drop it in foul territory. It's a free life here for Sakata, and he'll try to make the most of it as it remains 1-2. We talk about it all the time with the sun. It is so difficult to make that play. As you can see on your screen, the shade really doesn't start until you reach the bullpen. Still a couple steps over to his left or right. As the day goes on, there definitely could be the possibility of shade over there. The 1-2 this time is high. But just as it was on Thursday, you can see the heat radiating off the diamond. It's what you'd expect. Honestly, if it was 50 degrees and sunny, it'd probably do the same thing. That's just how it works with this turf. This time it's taken over towards the shade and right, but foul. Count now 2-2, but we have seen that play all too often. A player runs towards that on-field bullpen, trips over the mound, and nearly gets hurt as, little visitor, it's some kind of bug that I'm not really knowing what it is. It'll leave me alone, hopefully, for now. Again, the 2-2, line drive into left field. It's going to get down for a 2-out single. An excellent piece of hitting from Jake Sakata. Got the extra life on the drop, and he takes full advantage of it. We've seen it all season. The 2-strike approach changes up the idea. This time gets in front of it, takes it to left field. And there will be a courtesy runner in his place. It'll be Jax Blankenship running the bases for the catcher. And now it'll be Evan Susik, the rising sophomore out of Medina, stepping in. Gets well underneath at a high pop-up over towards third. Should be playable. And it is a nice two-hand grab by Cam Moses to end the inning. A 2-out single is the extent of the Gators' damage in the first. To the second we go, scoreless at Fisher.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Four through six due up for the RBI Guardians as we enter the top of the second inning. No score as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you today live from Fisher Field on the campus of Baldwin-Wallace University in Berea. Definitely a warm one, getting warmer as the day goes on. But so far, so good for the defenses. Only one hit to show for the first inning. It was Jake Sakata putting a single in left field with a nice two-strike approach. Now Luciano Torres, Camden Moses, and Noah Corrigan look to get the Guardians their first base hit of the day. And they'll have some work to do to break down this defense. The only bit of offense that they showed in the top of the first was that walk, which Conlon then turned around and picked off the runner. Really a strong start for this team, all things considered. Conlon's 0-1 is going to miss wide for ball one. Again, if push comes to shove and this becomes a matter of whichever team has more depth wins this game, that's where the Guardians have their advantage. 1-1, taken high for strike two. In other words, if you can force this team to go to the bullpen, odds are this will be your game. But if Conlon can boss this game for 5 to 6 innings, odds are the Gators walk out of here and go to the championship. That'll help Conlon 1 up, 1 down on the swing and miss. It's back-to-back strikeouts dating back to last inning. The last 3 outs do belong to him, 2 strikeouts and that pickoff. And now Camden Moses will step in, had the final putout of the bottom of the first inning. A nice catch over at third and foul territory. While we saw the 18U Mentor Cardinals, we did not see Camden Moses on any of those rosters. The rising sophomore, though, does hail from Mentor. The 1-0 taken at the top of the zone for strike one. As of right now, a little high zone, which I think a lot of these tall hitters will have to adjust to and get their hands to the ball a little bit quicker at the top of the zone. Just like that. If I'm Conlon, if there's a fastball that I want at a decent spot, I'm going towards the top of the zone. Make it one where he has to question. If it's a 2-strike count like this one, make it where you have to protect, but odds are it's going to be a ball. Just based on the zone, if he can do that, he'll have a lot of success today, especially against these taller hitters. Same result, though, fouled away. But I still do like what he's bringing now. Could you see him go low? Potentially. We haven't seen that swing yet from Camden Moses. But I wouldn't be opposed to it just to try to change it up. This time brings it over the middle of the zone. Swung over towards second. Throw to first is in time for out number 2. A nice snag by Easterling, able to make that play, and plenty of time to Susik at first. Yet again, a good swing, but right to the defense, as that'll bring in Noah Corrigan, the right fielder. Wearing number 28, the rising sophomore out of Holy Name, hit .311 this past season on JV. Another guy looking to step into the varsity mix next season as he will piece this ball into right field, where it's caught to end the inning by Monter. His second catch of the day as it's yet another 1-2-3 inning for the Guardians. Middle of 2, still scoreless on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the home half of the second inning we go for the Gators. 5 through 7 due up as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. First pitch swung on and missed. Taylor Monick so far today, 1 strikeout, 1 hit allowed in 1 inning of work. Has looked quite good for the RBI Guardians. His 0-1 though, well high. It'll be Aiden Shressa stepping in, the left fielder. Shressa, the rising sophomore out of Revere. The 1-1 swung on and missed. To be fair, Monick's whiff rate has been quite impressive as he looked to do it again here, just like we talked about with Conlon. I wouldn't be surprised if he attacks high. Instead, brings it right to the heart of the zone. Swing and miss. 1 up, 1 down. And all 3 strikes came swinging. To be fair, all 3 of them, in my opinion, were at least close, if not in the strike zone. So a really good start to the inning for Taylor Monick, as now he will take on the third baseman. Silyrick steps in and will take ball 1. And behind us, you can potentially hear the chapel bell signaling 11 a.m. in Berea. We'll hear that at the top of the hour from every single hour today. So quite a few more times we will hear that bell. And after 2 more chimes, we should be underway for game number 2 as Beaver Valley awaits the winner of this one. 2-0 count on the third baseman, as that time he'll take strike 1. Salutrick trying to get on here and give the Gators their second base runner of the day overall. That time takes the 2-1, shading out. In the on-deck circle, it'll turn to the pitcher, Conlon. The Gators looking to find some offense in the home half of the second inning. That'll help. It's ball 4. It's a 1-out walk this inning for Salutrick, the third baseman. Now it's Conlon's turn to try and move him along. So far today, Conlon 2 strikeouts, allowed a walk, that's it. And even after that walk, picked off the runner. Both teams yet to have a runner advance to scoring position. We'll see how much longer that does last as this game goes on. But this could be very similar to that first game we saw on Thursday, where it was just all defense back and forth with the exception of 1 inning. And that was the only reason why we had a 2-0 win for Premier. Of course, in this case, we have to have a winner regardless of how we get it. A lot on the line, as I mentioned again. After today, only 2 more tournament Sundays remain in the 2026 travel ball season. Runner goes as this one is popped up in front of us into foul territory. And it's going to drop down off the netting. So based on that technicality, it's out of play. Count now 0-2 on the pitcher with Easterling, the second baseman, in the on-deck circle. We'll see if the runner does try to steal again from first. I'd be surprised. But you never know, just based on the situation and what this coaching staff sees from the Guardian defense. In the end, it was the right call. Back pick, though, down to first. It's close, but not in time. Don't hate the offering for Monarch. Try to get him to chase high. And as well, incidentally, gave Torres a chance for the back pick from behind the plate. Now the 1-2 goes low and will just miss there. Another not bad offering, but count now even 2-2 on Conlon. The Gators looking to build something. Monarch looking to shut it down. Again, throws back to first. A risky move to try and throw at the leg. Of course, if you're waiting for that slap tag or have the glove meet the runner immediately, that is the right throw. Otherwise, that's just a great way to have that ball escape into foul territory and right and give up 2 bases. Runner goes again here as this one is skied over towards the middle of the infield at second, where it's caught for out number 2. A good adjustment by Salyutrick over at first as well. Went about halfway, then looked up, made sure he made his way back. You can't get doubled up in that instance. He did the right thing. And now it turns over to Rodney Easterling, the rising junior out of Chippewa High School in Doylestown. One of the only players not from Medina County on this roster. I would say with that as well in the entire Gator organization. And the third for the Guardians, 7 through 9, due up with Lopez, Castillo, and Rivera. The offense has struggled so far, but Taylor Monarch keeping this Gator offense at bay for the time being. But he'll need some help from his offense when it's all said and done. Just all things considered, not really upset with what we've seen from either team quite yet. Pretty impressed with the defenses, but the offenses need to figure out some momentum and some rhythm with it. Again, going back to what we saw on Thursday, this could easily be a game where one team scores a few runs in one inning, and that is the extent of the offense we see. I wouldn't be shocked at all. The 1-2, swing and a miss. This side is retired. Monarch gets his third strikeout of the day, second of the inning, as that'll take us over to the third, still scoreless in Berea.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Anthony Lopez leads off for the RBI Guardians in the top of the third inning. No score as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on SmeeSports. 7 through 9 due up here again. The lefty Lopez leads it off as he'll take ball 1. Wearing number 11, the rising sophomore out of Lutheran West High School played in a total of 8 games this past season for the Longhorns. 1 RBI with a 200 average to show for his efforts. Of course, Alex Miklas now getting over there, the former Kent State man, now the head man over at Lutheran West. Kind of a transitional year for that program. And I would say for Lutheran West athletics in general, It was the first year without Ryan Miller, their longtime AD. Had a couple of guys take over that AD role, but heading into this year, basketball, baseball, football, everything looks to be back on the right track. The 1-2, taking foul down the left field line. And, of course, we did get to see that Lutheran West basketball team in action a few weeks ago in the Lockton High School Summer League. I'm excited for what Jay Duke has put together. To see what he can do, though, across the full season is a different story, but I know it'll be a good product. As well, we do have a preliminary NEO Youth Elite Christmas Classic schedule, not to spoil it. Some good games in there. Is Lutheran West included? I forget offhand, but we'll leave that one for middle to late December. Again, underneath, it fouls it away. A good battle from Anthony Lopez. The on-deck circle, another good guy to step in, a guy who batted .259 this past season for Rhodes. This one, too, is driven into left field and down. The Guardians at long last get their first base hit of this semifinal. An excellent piece of hitting from Anthony Lopez, and for the first time today, we will take that back to the replay. Just a perfect drive, just like the first base hit of the game that came from Sakata. Same thing, two-strike approach, takes it the other way to left field and drops it in perfectly. It's the swing that he was hoping to get after a few foul balls, and at long last he gets it. In the meantime, it's ball one on the number 8 hitter in Jason Castillo. As mentioned before, a .259 hitter this past season for Rhodes, 6 RBIs, 2 doubles, and 16 stolen bases in 12 games for the now 4-time defending Senate League champions. Unfortunately, their playoff run did end early. But I'll tell you what, if anybody was playing Lakewood in round 1, I would not have wanted to show up to that game either. That was just a great Lakewood team. Shaker, they answered the call. They got it done, beating them at Gilmore. And what was, I would say, the upset of the OHSAA baseball season. But Rose competed quite well this season. And I'm sure Mambo number 5 is on their mind come the spring of 27. Castillo, he's going to get this one down, forcing it over towards the right side, and he just beats Conlon. The flick, though, it's close but not in time. Perfect execution from Jason Castillo. We'll watch that one back as well. For the first time today, there will be a runner in scoring position, and the way that he gets it done, he just beats Conlon. A great effort to get to the ball the first time, and even on the flick, he nearly had him. Any bit later on the attempt, and I think he would have been out. And now the bunts will continue as this one is fouled back. If the RBI Guardians can play small ball, they will do it. It's a program mantra. They're one of the only groups in the area that really do live by it. And it's no surprise to see how many good coaches are in this organization that know bunting is crucial, no matter the level you play at. And Conlon, in the meantime, will take a look back at second, trying to keep Lopez honest. First time today dealing with runners in scoring position. It could change up his approach a little bit. The 0-1. The question is, did he go? And I think they're going to say that he didn't. That's my question. And as well, this is a positive for the Guardians this time. They get to go and bring over their hitter to try and talk it over. They want replay, and I think replay would say he went. Again, I have no skin in this game. I thought he went. I think it's one. He kind of kept it up there now. Is it 45 degrees? Do we need VAR to come out here? I don't know. There is no video replay. I do believe it'll stay. And again, Rivera is going to bunt. I think that was pretty clear. And that's the right pitch from Conlon. If he offers that early, just throw it away. You're not giving him anything, especially if he does offer. And he's just going right back to it. I've seen teams play small ball, but not like this. Showing it so early. And that one is popped away. I do respect their commitment to it. A lot of guys that come in there, bat on shoulder, and then square once the pitcher is in his windup. Here, absolutely not. He comes out showing his full hand. But now we'll have to swing. The 2-2, a good hold. Count out full. And the on-deck circle, it is Ibar at the top of the order. Everything falling into place for the Guardians. They just need one more ball to load up the bases in the top of the third inning. And Conlon will step off once again, taking a look at Lopez. Could be a big turning point in this game. One ball loads the bases, one strike, and the Guardians are back to the drawing board. Conlon's payoff pitch is high for ball 4, and just like that, single bunt walk. The bases are loaded. The bottom of the order steps up in a big way, bringing up the top. What an opportunity this is for Giovanni Ibar. The rising sophomore out of Lorraine. Exit velo just over 80. A really good swing his first time up. Flying out to right field. Gets this one down, though, this time. And the Guardians will have their lead. Instead, it's caught at first. One down. Kind of came awkward off the bat, but a nice catch by Susik. And with one away, David Russell, the second baseman, will step in for the second time. He walked his first time up after a great battle. In the end, though, was picked off at first by Conlon. So that is the lasting memory of that at-bat. This time, Russell begins by taking strike one. Of course, the Guardians have a prime opportunity to score, but if the Gators can shut them down and allow nothing, all of a sudden this opportunity for the Guardians becomes a great momentum boost for the Gators. And with it, a sort of defensive heat check. If they can come out here and take down a team that has been gritting their way to the bases-loaded situation that they just earned, it'd be very impressive. The 1-1, Russell fouls it back. After Russell, goes to Monick, the pitcher, who has, I would say, the most to gain from getting some run supports. Outside of course, just this collective. But individually, he has the most to gain. The 1-2 will miss in the dirt. I'm sure there is some good motivation on his end to get it done. If he wants to win this game and get that in his stat sheet, he'll need some help. The 2-2 driven into right field. It has a chance to get down. Instead, it's going to be dropped just out of his glove. The runner will score from third, and it becomes an RBI single for David Russell. The Gators nearly had their saving grace. In the end, the Guardians have the opener. I thought for a good second that Monter had it. Already has made two good catches out and right. Nearly had a third that probably could have ended the inning. Instead, it gets down, and Monick, what an opportunity this is. Has the lead, has the run support, but a chance to give himself an extra boost. One good swing away from taking a convincing lead. The Gators, some third inning peril to deal with. And there's Conlon getting the call from behind the plate. The 1-0, Monick stands tall and takes strike one. As I mentioned a few innings back, the zone has appeared to be tall today, at least so far. We'll see if that does remain as the game goes on and as the crew switches around. It is a three-man crew as well, so keep that in mind. Monick, line drive into center field. It's going to drop at the W. One run will score again. Back-to-back RBI singles for the RBI Guardians. Make it 2-0 Cleveland. Back-to-back excellent swings. They're getting the job done. They're taking care of business. And now time is going to be called as Conlon will get a word or two from his coach. But nothing you could have done there. Monick drops it in perfectly. It's not the most power. And the Guardians understand that this is a scrappy group that, by the RBI definition, is rebuilding the inner city. It's bringing kids from all across Northeast Ohio, not just guys in Cleveland like the Senate League, but just like their pitcher Monick coming from Danbury out in Lakeside. It's building a great community, building a great program, and I think, we'll talk about it later, Corey Douglas, what he has done with that 18U group over the past couple of seasons has to be talked about as a big success. Those kids are getting coached by what I would say is the next coach of Mount Union baseball. Of course, whenever Coach Hesse decides that he has had enough, which I don't think is anytime soon. But now it's Luciano Torres stepping in 0-for-1 today with a strikeout. But it's 2-0 Guardians, top of the third inning on back-to-back RBI singles from Russell and Monick. They both have looked good so far, especially Russell. And I'll say he deserved that opening RBI. Got his redemption. The walk was great to begin. It was a great battle, all things considered. But of course, a little damper put on it by the pickoff. Otherwise, it was a great at-bat, and this time he gets it with the hit. Conlon's 0-2, grounded over towards third, and snagged by Coach. Kind of a nonchalant coaching fielding play. A nice little snag over at third. We've seen some coaches really get into it this year. Of course, the Terriers, those guys are moving left to right, making ranging plays like Derek Jeter in the coaching box. This time lofted into shallow left field. It will be caught for out number 2. Runner will tag up. The play at the plate. Did he tag him? Not in time. Thrown out to second. It's going to be close there too. And he is also safe. It's a sac fly for Luciano Torres. Somehow, in some way, the lead runner comes in to score. It is 3-0 Cleveland. I am surprised they risked it. But this is a small ball team with plenty of speed. And that'll keep 2 runners in scoring position with 2 away, bringing up Camden Moses. 0 for 1 today with a ground out. But either way, the Guardians have had their big inning, and Moses will continuing it, shoots it into right field. 1 run will score. Here comes number 2. Both will score. It's 5-0 RBI. A 2 RBI single for Camden Moses continues the inning in style. It's exactly what this team was looking for. And now Noah Corrigan will step in, looking to keep it going. He flew out to right field his first time up, but some good swings as of late have kept this one going. Now grounder over towards short. Throw on the run. 2-1 is in time to end the inning. A nice put out by Gayer over at short. But the damage has been more than done by the RBI Guardians. They plate 5. Russell, Monica, and Torres each bring in 1. Moses brings in 2. Middle of 3. 5-0. It's the RBI Guardians on top in Berea.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
One half inning has changed the game. Bottom 3, now 5-0 RBI on top. As you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Tournament Challenge, as that pitch is inside. And I believe it did hit the bat. For the Gators, it'll be Gayer, Montier, and Brooks. 9-10 and 1 due up this inning. But for Monic, this is a big inning. He has the run support that he has been looking for. Some of it from his own bat. What can he do with this 5-run advantage? Honestly, his goal is just to keep the game where it is and let his offense take over to try and continue moving the needle. Of course, the quicker you get out of this game, the quicker you get to the championship. And if you have the pitching to go out there and win, more power to you. You'll definitely have a good chance to take down Beaver Valley in that case. The 1-2 fouled away. The Beaver Valley team undefeated in pool play. One of two undefeated teams that we will see go for a championship today. It is them in the 15U and the RBI Guardians in the 18U, the two teams undefeated through 4 games. The 1-2 this time is taken over towards third foul. And that's another nice play from the coach in the coaching box. But once again, that game will take place at 1 p.m. today. The battle of Pennsylvania and Ohio, depending on how this one goes. It'll be an orange team or a blue team. This time poked over towards second. It's Russell on the run. His throw to Lopez is true. 1 up, 1 down. David Russell has had an excellent game. You look at what he has done. A walk, an RBI single. So perfect on-base percentage, an RBI, some good putouts, just some good gritty baseball. He is a player that easily could fall under the underlooked category, just given his size and everything, but has played more than it. Not to give the lazy Jose Altuve comparison, but it really fits the bill. Player coming in 5'4", 105, still looking to hit his growth spurt, but has played quite well today. Monix 0-1, swing and a miss. Couple of good outs today from Mons here and right. But his first plate appearance, 2 strikes so far. This time takes it into left field as it'll be dropped on the slide. It'll be an E7 putting Montier on at first, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order. That's one you have to have when you slide for it. Rivera just couldn't get all the way underneath it. And now a chance for Elliott Brooks to find some redemption in the 1 spot after grounding out his first time up. Of course, a double play would get this Guardian team out of the inning, but they just want to keep their lead where it's at. And then from there, build on it as they'll bring up Lopez, Castillo, and Rivera. Again, they batted around last inning. So it's the same bottom 3 that gave them that opportunity, coming back up to do it again. And as for Taylor Monick, he'll definitely appreciate some extra run support. And if he gets out of here in 5, if needed, he could become a closer in the championship. It all depends on pitch counts. The 0-1 driven foul. So once again, an 0-2 count. Monick has not really struggled with getting the ball to the zone today. Has only the 1 walk compared to the 3 strikeouts, so just like his high school season, a positive K to walk ratio, as you would hope to see today. His 0-2 is going to miss low, and even if it was caught, I think, even with that healthy frame, it would have been just a hair low. So no harm, no foul against Torres. Runner at first, 1 down with Lieberth in the on-deck circle. The 1-2 this time will miss high. Monick has to be careful. You cannot allow the Gators to find their lifeline in this 3rd inning. You give this group an opportunity to make something happen, they will do just that. Now the 2-2, swing and a miss. He figures it out, 2 down. Taylor Monick up to 4 strikeouts on the day. And the impressive thing is, only one of them was looking, and that was against Kyle Lieberth, who steps in for the 2nd time. Just 1 out away from making this inning a huge net positive. Winning the inning is key, and I'm sure the Guardians will look to take that into the remaining innings today. That time a nice catch from Torres on the light tip from Lieberth. 0-1 the counts. Once again, bottom 3 due up for the Guardians in the 4th as they led off the inning prior. Monick takes his time before the 0-1, this time missing it wide. But again, Lieberth, a really good season on the mound for JV Holy Name. 7 appearances. It'll be a big offseason to see if he can step up and fill some of the big shoes vacated by the class of 2026. The 1-1, perfectly in there. And of course, we have documented just all that class has done and what they've meant to the program over the years. It'll be a lot of difficult replacements for Holy Name this coming season. But they'll definitely have some key pieces that will step into those roles. The 1-2, swing and a miss. This side is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts for Monarch. He is up to 5 on the day. And that'll take us into the 4th inning. Score remains 5-0 RBI Guardians as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The last time we saw Anthony Lopez lead off for the Guardians was last inning, an inning that saw the RBI Guardians plate 5. They look to do it again here in the 4th inning, as the bottom 3 again have an opportunity to kickstart the offense, now against a new arm in Aiden Shretha. The call to the bullpen made by the Gators after a rocky inning from Conlin. First 2 innings looked quite good, but in the end the Guardians got to him just a little bit too much. And now with a 5-0 lead in hand, they look to put on a few more big runs to extend their advantage. On the 2-0, Lopez, well underneath it, flies it foul. Considering they have to play another game after this, if they win, I don't think they would mind ending this game a little bit early. That, of course, give them time to rest up before Beaver Valley brings them one heck of a fight. And, of course, Beaver Valley will have an extra game worth of pitching. Albeit, do they have the depth that the Guardians possess? Not quite. That pitch high, it's ball 4. The leadoff man aboard for the RBI Guardians, just like it was last inning. And now we'll see if Jason Castillo goes to bunt again. Had an excellent bunt single, just beating Conlin off towards the right side, splitting the defense pretty much perfectly. We'll see if this time he uses the swing or if he goes for it again. This is a group that is relatively known for small ball. I feel like that has been made quite evident today. Not that it's a bad thing. Most travel organizations don't do small ball. A lot of high schools do, especially in Stark County. It is small ball central. But it's rare to see it in the summer. But again, he'll do it as this time he pulls it back for strike 1. I don't necessarily hate it here, but I think he could do a lot more than just simply going up and trying to lay down a bunt, which I easily could be proven wrong again, as this one is lasered back towards first. Again, at 3:15 today, it'll be the championship game of the 18U division as the RBI Guardians take on Clutch Black. The 0-1, Castillo takes it high. And just to note it about the Clutch Black team before we see them, they're up to 9 wins on the season, 3 of which have come this weekend. So from a rough season to a respectable record in one go. It just shows how interesting travel baseball is. If you win one tournament undefeated, even if you had a terrible start to the season, your record becomes a lot more commendable. And now they have an outside chance across the next 2 weeks to finish 500 or better. The 2-1, swing and a miss. Count now even at 2-2. After Castillo, it goes to Julian Rivera. Time 11:33 as that ball was nearly thrown over first, but just under an hour in as we started a few moments early at 10:41. Again, no surprise, just to try to keep things on track today. Here's the 2-2, a good pop but foul from Castillo. But once again, just what this RBI Guardian organization does and just what RBI does in general across the country, it's a great thing that gives these kids an opportunity to go and play some high-level baseball in the summer. Castillo that time takes strike 3 looking, 1 down. Once again, I'll go back to what I've been saying all day. It is a high strike zone. Adjust accordingly. That has been something that has made me interested at least today, just seeing that a lot of the time. Guys just going up there looking confused why the strike is called. Is it a high zone? Yes. Has it been called both ways for over 3 innings now? Yes. From pretty much the first time we saw a tall guy come in Camden Moses. Even before that, it was a tall zone. You have to make those adjustments. You have to understand the zone by now. Otherwise, you're just giving away free pitches and easy opportunities for the Gators to get outs. Throw down to second. I think he got him, and he did. It's an excellent throw from Sakata. 2 down. It's the second time today the Gators have taken care of a base runner. First time it comes from behind the plates. But you look at the way this one sits now. If the Gators offense can put a few runs on the board quickly, they have a way back into this game. And as I've said, you cannot give this group a lifeline. You need to find a way to score some runs, whether it be this next inning or even a little bit later. Just something to keep this 5-run lead intact, or even if it's a few less, just something that allows you to go out here and be comfortable. And in the end, that was ball 4. We had it on our end as ball 4. And now the umpire does agree. So back to the top we go with Giovanni Ibar. He lined out to first his last time up, 0-2 today. His first time up flew out to right field. One of the many great catches from Montier and Wright today. And now a chance to move along the runner as he'll step in to take strike 1. Ibar 5'10", 150, coming out of Lorraine High School. Just goes to show all the different schools and regions that we have listed, how cool this group is all together. You have guys coming from as far as Lakeside out by Sandusky, to guys coming from Clear Fork, Rhodes, Canton Central, Mender, even a guest player from Pick North. It just goes to show that this organization knows how to find the players that need it the most. And they know how to win. This group 11-13-1. A chance with 2 wins today to go back to 500. But their depth really does make them a threat. But all these guys somehow in some way get enough playing time, and that is really a testament to how good the coaching is. So a 3-1 count here on Ibar with David Russell in the on-deck circle, who really has impressed me today. And at the last second, there is the strike call. Full count, 3-2. Shressa looking to get out of this inning. As for the Gators, it'll be Sakata, Susik, and Shrestha coming up in the home half of the frame. But we'll have to wait at least one more pitch as that one is fouled away by Ibar. Count still 3-2. Not a bad first inning of work so far for Shrestha, especially if he gets out of it here. That time, though, I don't get why you throw back over. I think this is where you have to focus on the batter. If you walk him, oh well, but give your full attention to him. And that's why he can make you pay, especially if he finds a way to figure out a swing. Straighten that one out, laser it down the line. You're looking at extra bases and with it a 6th run. That's the one thing that gets me with pitchers. You have to focus on the target at hand. On the payoff pitch, it's jammed over towards second and caught to end the inning. So in the end, Stretha does get out of the situation, but with some help from his defense to keep in mind. A nice throw from Sakata and a nice catch there on the pop-out from Easterling at the halfway point, middle of the 4th inning. Still 5-0 as the Guardians on top in Berea.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Fisher Field in Berea. Bottom of the 4th inning, 5-0 RBI Guardians on top as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. For the Gators here, it is going to be 3 through 5 due up as they look to break down this impressive RBI Guardian defense. Of course, the main man has been their pitcher. Taylor Monick has been impressive so far, but still plenty of game left to play. Needs to be consistent as this one finishes if his team is to make it to the championship game at 1 o'clock today against Beaver Valley. Which, speaking of that game, we are an hour into this one. So that game right now on pace and on schedule to start at 1 o'clock. And, of course, afterwards we'll have a ceremony and then we'll kick them off the field and get ready for our 18U championship game between Clutch Elite and the RBI Guardians. The 3-0 Monick able to get it back in the zone for strike one. Jake Sakata so far today, 1 for 1, had a nice single that he put in left field back in the first. Monick's 3-1, high for ball 4. Just like that, the leadoff man is aboard for the Gators. As that'll bring us to Susik, the first baseman, who popped out to third his first time up, and now time is called. The Guardians want to have a word with Monick. There hasn't been any action in the bullpen yet, but I think this is more just to settle him down as he figures out his rhythm again. He knows what's at stake this inning, just given how the game has gone. If he can keep it 5-0, he just needs his offense to do a little bit more. They gave him that cushion in the third. Hasn't really had to use any of his budget, so to speak. But he'll get the pep talk, and the rest of his infield will let him do his thing on the mound. But I like the use of the mound visit. You don't want it to be at the point where, okay, he loaded the bases, then you go out and talk to him. If there's an issue, figure it out here. I'm sure the pitching coach has seen something that we haven't. That's his job, kind of watching what the pitcher does. If there is a mechanic that needs fixed, he fixed it. And he'll see if it matters against Susik. First pitch, though, is high for ball 1. We'll have to watch. If he continues missing high, it's just that he's releasing way too early. And we'll see if this pitch can tell us anything. Not really, as this one is fouled off. I think it was just unfortunate that he missed a couple in a row that gave him a bad pattern. I don't think it's anything more than that. I know some guys you can just tell that they don't have it anymore or they're having that slight mechanical issue. Not in this case at all for Monik. The 1-1 in there. And he's back to dealing. All it takes sometimes is a slight pep talk or one or two minor tweaks. Nothing crazy, just something that fixes a mechanic. And he'll go back to pitching the way that he did earlier. The 1-2 just off the plate. Not a bad miss at all to Susik, but just not close enough in the end. Count out 2-2. Monik back to work, gets the swing and miss, 1 down. 6 strikeouts on the day so far for Taylor Monik. And you look at, again, the walk to strikeout ratio this past season, 32-29. Today, 6-2. Albeit smaller sample size, but he is pitching better than he did for Danbury this past season in this game. If you average everything out, and of course that ERA at 0 right now, a lot better than the near 6 that he had in his sophomore campaign. Again, you have to keep in mind 10 appearances compared to 1. But if you're looking at a solo performance just compared to what the status quo was during the high school season, much improved. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Once again, that was the perfect use of a mound visit. We have seen some coaches do it perfectly over the years. This is a great example of it. You get your pitcher pitching the way that he did earlier on in the game, and if he can't continue it, as I said, if he gets you 5 to 6 innings, you're feeling good about where you sit heading into that championship. The 0-2 misses high. But I don't hate it at all. We've seen a tall zone, not that tall, of course, but that could be a subtle cue for Strutha to swing. That time does a good job laying it off. But Monik will go back to the drawing board, still looking for out number 2 at the plate. And Strutha will stay alive, fouling that one away. Looking ahead to the 5th inning, it'll be David Russell, Taylor Monik, and Luciano Torres coming up. 2 through 4 for the RBI Guardians. Count still 1-2. Monik back to work. And again, it's fouled away. Another really good battle. And I think it's time that we try to look at a pitch count. That could also be a reason that he does exit the game, even if it is earlier than expected. Don't know if that's on the cards right now, but the pitch count really will tell us a lot. And that was pitch 66. And pitch 67 is going to miss for ball 2. What's the cap, 85? Of course, the tournament limit is 125 in a given day. But I think you might cap him at 85, especially if you have any idea to bring him back on again later. The 2-2, swing and a miss. 2 down, 4 strikeouts in the last 5 at-bats for Taylor Monik. And the disruptor was the walk that began this inning, as now Sayutrick, the third baseman, steps in. He walked his first time up. So 7 strikeouts to 2 walks is the new ratio. It goes to show what a good summer can do for a pitcher. As I've said, pretty much since the first game that we did back in the early stages of June, a good summer will lead to a good spring. The foundation, the groundwork, whatever you want to call it, starts here for 2027. The 1-0 is high for ball 2. You're not going all-state. You're not going and winning a national championship or a state championship with your summer ball team. You're winning tournaments. But you're doing all this preparation to go and win those things with your high school. Or in some cases, your college. The 2-0 well inside for ball 3. And of course, with the exception of Brady Olson on release, who did win a national championship this year, every other player that we've pretty much seen so far this year is competing for something bigger in the next season. He's just competing to do it again, which I think Denison has a great chance to repeat in Division III of baseball. Monik's 3-0. A late strike call, even though it's dropped. Kind of surprised they did give the nod there. That one did not necessarily look to be in the zone. But Monic definitely back in it. 1 on, 2 down, trying to keep it that way. 3-1, swung on a missed. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a great response from Monic. And depending on what happens here, it could be either a strikeout or a walk for the 6th consecutive at-bat. An interesting run. Here it is, payoff pitch, swing and a miss. This side is retired. From 3-0 to earning his 3rd straight strikeout. Taylor Monic up to 8 on the day, 5 of which have come in his last 6 batters faced. To the 5th we go. Score remains 5-0 RBI Guardians.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
To the top of the 5th inning we go. Score remains 5-0 RBI Guardians. It's David Russell, the second baseman, leading off so far today, 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a walk to his name. The winner of this game takes on Beaver Valley at 1 o'clock today, or to be more exact, in 70 minutes from now, as it is 11:50 local time in Berea. As I mentioned a few times, this will be our only semifinal of the day. The next 2 games are championship bouts, which is exciting. It's very rare that we see 2 championships on the same day in back-to-back games. That's a unique thing about the All-Star Showcase. You get it here, a good day of baseball all together at Baldwin Wallace. As that'll bring us within 2 weeks of closing out our summer ball coverage. The 1-2. It's just going to miss. And again, after today, our final 2 Sundays are going to be NABF World Series Sundays. A 2-2, a good hold from Russell. So yet another good at-bat. Regardless of the result, it's going to be a QAB, but I'm sure he wants to get on for the 3rd time today. But he'll have to wait. He stays alive with that swing. Probably could have left it, but rather safe than sorry in that case, especially since he did make contact. Now, if he missed, of course, you're saying, yes, should have left it. This payoff pitch is caught on the tip, 1 up, 1 down. And Strethel will get his 2nd strikeout of the game, 4th for the Gator pitching staff as a collective. And now Taylor Monic will step in. He has been the strikeout master today, 8 so far in 4 innings of work to just 2 walks. And 5 of them have come during the second go-around for the Gators. He'll get this bunt down, zipping it over towards the left side, bobbled, throw to first, it's going to be wide. And this is going to be extra bases for Monic. That is still in play, keep in mind. Monic will stop at second. It'll be an E1 on the error. But for the second time today, the pitcher has reached successfully. And the Guardians will have a runner in scoring position with 1 away for Luciano Torres, the catcher. And that runner in scoring position will not be Monic, as he will be taken off for a courtesy runner, which in this case it'll be Victor Coldronis, the rising sophomore coming on to run. But this could be the inning that the Guardians put it together once again and get some run support. This time, though, popped into shallow left center and caught for out number 2. So maybe not. Just as it looked likely, the likelihood taken down a notch. As that'll bring up Camden Moses, the third baseman. I would say the tallest player on this roster, an RBI single his last time up that drove in a pair. And it was a difference maker. It was a difference maker swing. Brought in 2, most RBIs at 1 at-bat today. But a chance for him to keep the good times rolling as he takes strike 1. As for the Gators, Conlon, Easterling, and Gayer, 7 through 9 coming up as Strethel will look over at second base and step off. Camden Moses does have the power. He has the ability. Question is, can he do it again? Holds that time. A good decision in the end. Count now even. This time, fouled back. The breeze kind of making things a little bit cooler, and with it, my tent kind of giving actual shade now. What a concept, the tent actually doing its job. But definitely has made this one a little bit more enjoyable. The 1-2, good hold. And down the line and right, you can kind of see Beaver Valley, a congregation of white jerseys, getting ready to go as their call time is in just over an hour. Again, throwback to second, not in time. I don't hate these moves, but again, I would really rather he focus on the batter. That was one of my pet peeves as a catcher, seeing my pitcher try to get creative. Just focus on the task at hand. And that's what happens when you do. Swing and a miss. The side is retired. It was the right move in the end. He focused on Moses, and Strethel will get his third strikeout of the day, his second of the inning. Middle of 5 in Berea. Score remains 5-0 RBI.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Between innings, the Gators making some swing adjustments off to our left as they look to figure it out in the home half of the 5th inning. Conlon, Easterling, and Gayer 7 through 9 due up. Still 5-0 RBI on top as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. As for Monarch, I wouldn't be surprised if this is his last inning of work, nearing 70 total pitches so far. Has pitched quite well, is in line for the win. But we'll see how the Guardians opt to manage him. He could also just go the distance and be told you have 125 pitches to go through 7 innings and get 21 outs. If you get it done, great. If not, somebody will come in and finish. Just depends on how they view him as an asset later on today. Again, it just depends as well on how this organization views pitching. Some 5-inning flat, no matter what the game is, they'll pull a pitcher after 5. Others, they'll play the scenario and try to win that way. Count the 2-2 on the leadoff man, Conlon. But for Monik, he looks for his 9th strikeout of the day. But he'll have to wait. It lofts high. Full count, 3-2. With a strikeout or walk, it will be the 7th straight at-bat with one of those two results being the outcome. It has been very uniform for Monik, all things considered. The payoff pitch, it'll be low for ball 4. Second walk this go-around, but once again, the trend continues. If Easterling, Gayer, and Montier either walk or strike out, then it would be a full go-around of those two outcomes running through the entire stat sheet, which I can't think of the last time that happened. Maybe the first go-around that happens, but second? Unheard of almost. Throw back to first, not going to be in time, just a little bit late to Lopez. But as I kind of mentioned earlier, this game could easily become one that it's a defensive battle for 6.5 innings. But 1/2 inning is all the offense that the game sees, and that's the difference, which right now, the top of the third would be that inning. If that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised, as this game script looked eerily similar to that Premier Gambetta Men and Cardinals game that we saw on Thursday morning, in the same exact time slot. And it's a team in the same exact dugout who would get the win, just by a different scoreline. Runner goes in the 0-1, but it's fouled back. Count now 0-2. I would say most teams don't have the resources to warm somebody up in the bullpen. But I feel like the Guardians, even though they're playing defense, they have more than enough guys that if somebody wants to warm up or somebody is asked to, they could. With that in mind, it means something to say that there is no action in the bullpen, and there hasn't been yet. Most times it really doesn't matter. The 0-2 is well high. Of course, when you see a team that has minimal depth, in the Gators' case, they have 2 subs. One of which has already come on and run. But as for the Guardians, they have enough for a whole other lineup. The 1-2 will miss inside. And just to look to count it off, as we do have the list of their reserves today, they have 10. So 10 reserves available, 9 in the starting lineup. They have enough for a whole another team. The 2-2, swing and a miss, 1 down. The trend continues. Monik up to 9 strikeouts today. Second go around. Strikeout, strikeout, walk. Strikeout, 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 walk. Strikeout. It's an anomaly. That's the best way to describe it. It's an anomaly to see that it's been one of the two for now. 8 straight at-bats. As well behind us, the chapel bells chime again, signaling it is noon. So now 1 hour and 20 minutes into our first game of 3 today. And speaking of the bullpen, finally, there is going to be action in it for the RBI Guardians. That could signal the end of Monik's time on the mound. Runner goes again. Pitch is caught on the tip. Throw down to second is high, but the tag is there. Monik gets the strike. His catcher, Torres, takes care of the runner. Bases cleared. 2 down. 1-1 count. What a play for the Guardians. As well, just great knowledge from Torres to know if it's fouled back into the glove like a drop third, it's a live baseball. That is sometimes a forgotten rule. But just good on him to understand that. And just like that, Monik, 1 strike away from getting out of this inning in a pseudo 1-2-3 fashion. Can he do it against Gayer? 1 ball, 2 strikes. But he'll stay alive. As for the offense, Noah Corrigan, Anthony Lopez, and Jason Castillo, 6 through 8, due up in the 6th. There is some stretching in the pen, and I think finally we are going to see some throwing. Once more the 1-2. This time it'll skip in. But if this is the last time that we see Taylor Monik on the mound today, it has been impressive to see what that young man has done. He has looked quite impressive. And that'll be a big sign of things to come for him heading into his junior season. But he'll have some work to do. Full count 3-2. In the on-deck circle, it is Montier, the right fielder, in the 10 spot. The Gators want to give him a chance. And it will be this inning. It's ball 4 taken by Gayer. Second walk surrendered this inning by Monick. Once again, the last 9 at-bats have either ended in a strikeout or a walk. A chance for a full go-around of strikeouts and walks, if that's what happens here to Montier. That would be surprising, but it would be baseball at its finest. That'll help. 0-1 the counts. But going back to what I was mentioning before, I do think this will be the last inning that we see Monick. If not, he'll have a short leash entering the 6th. I feel like that is kind of how it'll go. The only exception would be if the Guardians get to a point where they can rule the game. If they score 3, I think you keep Monick on and see if he can close it out in 6. If it's not possible, I think you make that change and you bring on somebody for a 2-inning close. Count 0-2 on the right fielder. Monick sets and fires, and there is strike 3 looking. 10 strikeouts on the day. The inning is over. What a day at the office for Taylor Monick. He has been stellar for the RBI Guardians. On to the 6th inning we go. Still 5-0 your score. It's the Guardians in control of their own destiny in the semifinals.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Fisher Field in Berea, top of the 6th inning. Still 5-0 RBI Guardians in control as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Noah Corrigan, the right fielder, leads it off over 2 so far today as he'll be followed by Lopez and Castillo. Again, up next, the winner of this game takes on Beaver Valley at 1 o'clock in the 15U Championship. And Corrigan, a warning shot sent over towards the Beaver Valley team, walking now towards the field. Of course, they are 4-0, as I've mentioned a few times. One of 2 4-0 teams that we will see today in the championships. Count now 1-2 as Corrigan takes strike 2. Really good season for Holy Name. 9 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a .311 average. On the 1-2, he'll take it as it skips in. But Beaver Valley, they make the trip in from Pennsylvania. And I'm sure that is a big motivator as they don't want to walk out of here empty-handed. Now the 2-2 again, it skips in and we are full. Again, there was action in the bullpen for the RBI Guardians as it looks like Taylor Monick's day on the mound is over. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss. 1 up, 1 down. 4th strikeout for Shrestha. And it's back-to-back, going back to last inning for the relief pitcher. So with 1 away, that'll bring up Anthony Lopez, the first baseman. A single and a walk so far today for him. It's back-to-back lefties as this lefty has had a lot of success leading off innings today. but this will be the first time that he steps in a secondary capacity. Again, a 200 average this past season for Lutheran West as a freshman. This one, he'll drive down the right field line, and it's going to go foul. Pretty clear on the hook in the end, but very nearly a really nice swing that could have been extra bases. And the end 1-1 the counts. But the power is here for the RBI Guardians. As well, if they win this one, all 3 games today will include one of the teams within their organization. Not too often that happens. The 1-1 lofted in for strike 2. In the on-deck circle after Lopez, it turns to Jason Castillo, who has been a really solid bunting option for this offense. But we'll have to see him potentially after this pitch, as this time it misses inside for ball 2. As well, no ID yet on the pitcher who is warming up in the pen for the Guardians. All we see is that it is a righty. This 2-2 fouled away. No surprise to see them stick with the righty. It has worked so far with Monik. I wouldn't be surprised if it works again. This 2-2 is in the dirt for ball 3, full count. Again, as I've said with Monik, unless it's 8-0 or more, I don't think he stays on. And if he does, short leash. Payoff pitch, lasered into right field and dropping in for a 1-out base knock. Lopez, he is gunning for 2. He will be easily there and will stop with his 1-out double. Did an excellent job to make the necessary adjustment, and he'll take an extra base hit for his troubles. Believe it or not, that is the first extra base hit of the day for either team. We've seen a lot of amazing swings. That one no different. He gets the job done, putting it in the corner past Montier. And now a chance for Castillo to move him along. Could it be a bunting spot? It definitely could be. But we'll see what Stretha decides to cook up. And for Castillo, he'll take ball 1. No inkling of a bunt that time. Wouldn't be surprised if he opts to just stick with what has been working for this team, and that is the swing as of late. But we'll see what he does. I do think as well, for the record, at this point in the game, the bunt has played its course. I don't think you bunt anymore unless it's a necessity, which I'd be surprised if it became one. The 1-1. Castillo takes it over towards short, just getting past the mound. Throw to 1. It is going to not be in time. Castillo just legs it out for an infield single, and that'll put runners at the corners for Julian Rivera, the left fielder. Just snuck on through. Very similar to the bunt single we saw from Castillo, who he just got it past Conlon. This time around, beats the pitcher to the left side. And an opportunity for the first run since the third for the RBI Guardians. Runner from first goes, pitch is low, and there is no offering. Again, I think it's the right call. You cannot give up a free base by throwing that ball into the outfield, even if it is incidentally. The 1-0 to Rivera, he'll take for ball 2. Keep in mind, the top of the order is in the on-deck circle with Giovanni Ibar. There's a lot of power coming up, a lot of determined players trying to get their first hit of the game. If you get there, especially if the bases were to be loaded when you get there, a lot of damage can be done, and with it, you could be in a spot to close this game after 6. Then it goes back to if you want to bring Monik out to try and close it out. The 2-1, swing and a miss. One of the few chases that we have really seen today from the RBI Guardians. They have been a pretty patient ball club, all things considered. This time, swung down the right field line and foul. So count will remain 2-2. But their patience has been incredible. If we were to look at all the pitches they've swung at, I would say 90% have been strikes. Very consistent in that regard. Again, the 2-2. It's low. Full count. And it looks like whoever was warming up in the bullpen is ready to go for the Guardians. Now the payoff pitch, fouled away. It's another life. So far today, Rivera, 2 walks. Trying to make it 3 for 3 in the walk department. Again, the payoff pitch. Good drive over towards second. It's caught. Flick to 2 is in time. And it's a 4-6 double play to end the inning. An excellent snag from Easterling. And the flip over to Gayer is simple. Middle of 6 in Maria. Score remains 5-0 after a good push from the Guardians.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Taylor Monick will remain on the mound for the RBI Guardians, but as I said, I expect it to be a short leash for him. 10 strikeouts through 5 innings of work. He has been great, but the Guardians have warmed up at least one pitcher, if not 2, that could take his spot as the Gators get back to work with the top of their order coming up down by 5. As for Monick, the last 10 at-bats that he has conducted have all ended in either strikeouts or walks. The only one that deviated from it in the last couple of innings was an E7 in left field back in the 3rd. That's the last time we had an at-bat for the Gators end in something other than a strikeout or a walk. So it's been quite a while. And of course, since then, the score has not changed at all. The damage was done in the top of that inning. The 2-0 nearly runs inside and hits him. Again with Monick, if this is ball 4, I kind of think you do make that change. You don't want him to lose control. He has been great, yes, but you don't want him to fall off to the end and give the Gators a way back in. And there is ball 4. So again, I think this is decision time for the RBI Guardians. Time has been called, and I think as we all expected, it is going to be a pitching change. Monick did what he could. He stayed in a little bit longer than I think he was expected to. But in the end, 10 strikeouts, 5 innings of work, in line for the win. You cannot ask much more of your starting pitcher in this one. He'll walk off the mound getting a standing ovation from his dugout and the fans. He did more than enough in this one, but he'll toss it over to his bullpen, which will warm up when we return. A new arm will be on the mound for the Guardians as they look to hang on to their 5-0 lead.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made. It'll be Adrian Vega coming on to pitch for the RBI Guardians. As you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. 1 on, none down in the home half of the 6th inning. The Gators trying to fight their way back into this game down 5-0. As well, we are about 20-ish minutes away from the time limit, but right now, it will not matter. Runner goes, throw down from behind the plate. It is just not in time. The tag came a hair late. Not a bad offering from Torres at all. Definitely had a good chance to get Brooks. But in the end, he'll get the stolen base. And I think he tried tagging a little bit too far in front. And he goes again. Ground ball right to Vega on the mound. He'll throw to 1. And it's in time for out number 1. So a routine ground out there, but that'll move up the runner again to 3rd. So the Gators' first run now 90 feet away as Sakata will step in. A single and a walk so far today for the catcher. A run would still go a long way for the Gators if they are to make a late game rally. Definitely is possible. But a swing and a miss there will help out Vega. 0-1 the count. And with it, he's trying to keep on Monik's shutout. If that run from 3rd scores, it would be attributed to Monik. The 0-1 bounces in. Again, that's why I kind of think they should have left him in the dugout for this inning. Turned it over to Vega or somebody else as there is more action in the bullpen. And let him end with a really good day. The 1-1 will hit for strike 2. And again, we always knew if he came back out, it was going to be a short leash, as it had to be. He couldn't come out and walk the bases loaded and then be pulled. Just like it has been all day, a lot of proactive moves from the RBI Guardians. The 1-2 fouled away. That's why they have been so successful. They have been proactive with their moves. They have made their moves according to the game. They kind of see what can happen if they don't make something happen. So they go out there and make changes on their own terms and have kept the game where they wanted it to be for the most part. The 1-2 skied into shallow right field. Shallow enough for second base. He will make the play for out number 2. And more importantly, Russell will keep the runner honest at 3rd. So a big out again as the second baseman steps up for another big play. So 2 down now as Susik, the first baseman, will step in. A pop-out and a strikeout so far for the lefty. As for the Guardians, they will bring up the top of their order in Ibar, Russell, and Monik again in the 7th. Vega's first pitch low for ball 1. I do think Monik will stay on. He does have an RBI single to his name and has reached twice. I'd be surprised to see a order change as well that goes along with this corresponding pitching change. I think he'll just move to the DH spots. The 1-0 is going to miss for ball 2. Vega, though, the rising sophomore, plays his high school ball for Lutheran West. One of many Longhorns on this roster. The 2-0 flown foul. As well, make sure you stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville. That'll be after our final commercial break once this one is over. The 2-1 skips in for ball 3. In other words, still plenty of time left. We did start a little bit early in this game, but it looks like we are going to run potentially a hair long in this game. And then after this, we'll crown a champion in game number 2 and 3 today. Vegas 3-1. It's a late strike call, keeping the first baseman in the batter's box. Full count on Susik. I kind of thought that one was off the plate towards us here. But in the end, Vega gets the nod and a chance to end the inning here, which he will not. It's ball 4. That ball gets away from the catcher, and that'll bring in the first run of the game for the Gators. Now 5-1 your score. It doesn't look like much on the surface, but you'll take it. Now a 4-run game as Shretha steps in. 2 strikeouts so far today for him. But that pass ball definitely not what the Guardians wanted. Is their shutout now is over. I'm sure Beaver Valley, looking at this game, they want this one to go as long as it can. The more tired their opponent is, the better. Especially if it's a team like the Guardians who has this kind of depth. If they have to go deep into their depth to bring out fresh players, more power to the 1 seed to go out and win it. But still not a guarantee that it will be the RBI Guardians taking on Beaver Valley. The 2-0 low for ball 3. And the on-deck circle after Shretha goes to Salutrick, the third baseman. But this could be a potential positive turning point for the MAF Gators. Just need a few more runs to tack on. Instead, the 3-0 is taken for strike 1. But you can kind of feel that urgency that the RBI Guardians will have to show in the next inning to score a few runs. Especially if it continues like this, as there is ball 4, back-to-back walks. But you're at the point where if the Gators played a few more, they could easily score a bunch against somebody not named Taylor Monick in the bottom of the 7th and take it away at the end. But Torres will go and have a word with his pitcher, trying to get on the same page as Vega. But still, a chance for the MAF Gators. If you can get these 2 runners on to score, it's a new ball game. You're within 2, more than manageable in 1 inning. If they can score more, even more power to them, as there is strike 1. But for the RBI Guardians, if they can keep it 5-1, that would be huge for them heading into the 7th. And for them, their offense might have to step up again. Runners are going to be in motion here. Throw down to third. It's not in time. Did a nice job reading the skip in. And now a base hit brings in runs 2 and 3. A huge moment in this game for the third baseman. Can he step up and be the guy for the MAF Gators? The 1-1 gets well underneath at a high pop-up over towards second. It's Russell. He will make the catch, and that'll do it for the 6th inning. Only 1 run will score on a passed ball, but the Gators are on the board at long last. To the 7th we go. Now 5-1 as the RBI Guardians still up by 4 here in the semifinals.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Top of the order coming back up for the fourth time today for the RBI Guardians in game number 1. 5-1 your score. It is a good start to the day for the RBI Guardians. Now 3 outs away defensively from making it to the 15U championship game of this year's All-Star Showcase. Again, if they are to win, they would take on the number 1 seed, undefeated Beaver Valley. And that Beaver Valley team does have a lot of talent that we will see coming up in around a half an hour from now. Just depends on how quick this game is done that we see that one start. It could be a few minutes delayed, as I wouldn't be surprised as things stand, as we still have a little more baseball than potentially expected initially to play. Once again, only semifinal of the day. The next 2 games that we see will be championship games. The 2-1 is to the backstop for ball 3. As for our coverage next week, I believe we'll be at Kent midweek on Wednesday, followed by some games Friday and Sunday for the NABF World Series. The 3-1 is taken in the dirt for ball 4. So it's a leadoff walk for Giovanni Ibar. But I believe pending weather, 5 at Kent on Wednesday, then a few on Friday and Sunday, just depending on locations. From what I've been told, we will have the NABF schedules tomorrow. Runner goes here, pitches high, throw down to second is late. So it's an easy stolen base in the end for Giovanni Ibar. So 1-0 count on David Russell, the second baseman, a walk, an RBI single, and a strikeout for the second baseman so far, who has been strong defensively today for the RBI Guardians. Again, he'll bunt, and this time just kind of stands in the box and makes himself tall. But a 2-0 count with Monic in the on-deck circle, as it looks like he'll move to the DH spot, though. Russell pops it up, caught easily, 1 down. That's the only risk of bunting that aggressively. You get that ball in the wrong spot, you just sky it up. It's too easy for Cicada. And now Monic will step back in. He reached on an error his last time up. He hit an RBI single a second time up, and before that he struck out looking. So all things considered, not a bad day for Monic at the plate. But his main claim to fame is his pitching. 5 innings of work, 10 strikeouts, and is in more than a good spot to win the game and get that added to his stat sheet. But averaged 2 strikeouts an inning, had a bunch his second go-around against the Gators, and he kept the number 2 seed at bay. And Shretha, he will look over towards second, and he will balk. So it's a free base for Ibar, now 90 feet away from coming around. And again, this is where you have to focus in on the batter. It was bound to bring something. And here it is on display, potentially giving the RBI Guardians a chance to make up the run they gave up in the bottom of the 6th. After Monica turns to Luciano Torres. Here's the 1-1. Taken for strike 2. As for the Gators, it'll be Conlon, Easterling, and Gayer 7 through 9 due up in the bottom of the 7th inning, trying to save the game. The 1-2, good line drive, foul, and off the fence it goes. Had the right idea, a good swing, as we have seen a lot of good foul contact off towards right field. But if he can straighten one out like Anthony Lopez did a few innings back, he'll be in a very good spot. Instead, takes it over towards third, and he overcorrects the wrong way. This time pulling it way towards third base. But still a 1-2 count. He still stays alive. That's what matters. Trying to drive an Ibar from third base. Instead, he will swing and miss. 2 down. And Strethel will get his 5th strikeout of the day after coming in for Conlon. Right now, 3 2/3 innings of work for him. Hasn't allowed a run. But that could change if Luciano Torres can bring on what will probably be the finishing touch of this game. We've talked about the heat quite a bit. You can kind of see it on your screen radiating off the diamond. Torres fouls this one away. Directly to our left, 0-1 the count. Again, just kind of giving you an idea of where we set up. There's a little nook, so to speak, on the third base side, right between the fence and the bleachers. That's where we reside. Torres takes it over towards short, and it's just going to hop away. The E6 drives in the 6th run of the day for the Guardians. They take their 5-run lead back. Their cushion more than solidified. Now Camden Moses will try to continue the inning. But either way, when it's all said and done, the Guardians look to be poised to make it to the championship game. Just a slight mistake at short, misplayed by Gayer. And the Guardians, again, make it hurt. It'll be interesting to see how much rotation they do for the championship. Of course, a couple of key offensive guys will probably stay on. Other than that, they do have the 10 players to make changes, which is crazy. They can pretty much put out a whole new lineup with a DH and be okay. The 0-1, Moses will take. After the third baseman, it goes to Noah Corrigan, the right fielder. The winner of this game represents Ohio in the Ohio-PA battle coming up. And then it'll be the battle of Cleveland and Stark County to close out the day in the 18U division. The 1-1, Moses takes it right back to Stretha on the mound. Underhand flip in, plenty of time to first, and the side is retired. On an error, the Guardians drive in their 6th run of the day as they take their now 6-1 lead into the home half of the 7th inning. The Gators have 3 outs to play with. The Guardians have 3 outs to get.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Bottom 7, last chance saloon for the MAF Gators, down 6-1 to the RBI Guardians. Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. It is Victor Koldronis now on to close it out for the Guardians, the third pitcher of the game. And we'll see if he can get the job done here to take the Guardians to the championship. The 0-1, full and foul. Monick got it going, 5 innings of work, 10 strikeouts. Davika comes in, gives up 1, which is on an error. So I don't think it'll be an earned run against Monick, but still allows that run, which was given to him before he stepped on. And now Koldronis comes on to see it through. Again, stick with us after our final commercial break. Once this one is done, as we will announce our player of the game, presented by CrossFit Strongsville. The 1-2. High pop-up over towards short and third is Camden Moses making the play at third. 1 up, 1 down. The magic number now 2 for the RBI Guardians. And now Rodney Easterling, the second baseman, steps in a pair of strikeouts so far today for him. The Guardians looking for the seeding upset and to improve to 12-13-1 on the season. As for the Gators, if this result holds, they would be 19-15. Just falling one game shy as things stand of 20 wins on the season. And we'll see how much more time they have left to play this season. The 1-0 fouled back. I know some teams are ending their seasons early, some already done. I think for the most part you'll see 20% of teams finish out next weekend with the remaining, I would say, 77-ish% finishing the next weekend, with a few select teams playing into August, just depending on the level and pedigree of the program. The 1-1 skied over towards right field. It's going foul for Lopez, but he will make the play regardless for out number 2. I know some teams are able to play, but for the most part, August 1st, the OHSAA comes in and snatches their players right back up to get ready for soccer, volleyball, and football. And golf, too. We'll give golf some credit as well. And, of course, volleyball does not apply to anybody here. But still, those are the main fall sports. And I guess tennis, too, for the women's side. Fall sports, basically. We'll just say that. We're probably missing one. Esports, too, is probably in the fall. And field hockey. I think that's it, though. I think that's all the OHSAA sanctioned sports for the fall. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Caldronis one strike away from getting out of here. Not just with the win, but a 1-2-3 inning to close it out. That would be quite impressive for him, especially if we do see him later on today, which as of right now, I wouldn't be surprised. His 0-2 will sail high. If Gayer is able to keep the game going, Montier would have another crack at it in the 10 spot. The 1-2 taken over towards the mound. This could do it, Caldronis. He'll throw to 1, and it's on the money. The RBI Guardians will be advancing to the championship game as they take down the MAF Gators 6-1 in the semifinals. A good 1-2-3 inning for Victor Caldronis closes it out as he gets the job done with a pitcher fielding play. When we return, we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
6-1 your final in game number 1. It is the RBI Guardians advancing to the championship game to take on Beaver Valley. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville will go to Taylor Monick. 10 strikeouts and 5 innings of work for number 1. He was impressive. All things considered, in another game, he could have gone the full 7. Today, did 5, brought in a runner offensively. He dominated. Second time through the order. All walks and strikeouts. Mainly strikeouts. Had a positive K to walk ratio. And he'll take his team into the championship game. Who will pitch that one? We will see. But the Guardians have a tough task in front of them. Now taking on Beaver Valley. That game slated for 1 o'clock. According to the umpires, it will begin at 1 o'clock. So 19 minutes from now, we are back in the saddle for game number 2 of 3 today. And in our first championship game as well. Time to hop on over to game link number 2. But for now, this is Nathan Smee signing off from Fisher Field as you are watching All-Star Showcase Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.